Technical difficulty, hoo-ha. Hee-hee, hoo-ha, ha-ha, hee-hee. What the heck? Why can't I... There we go. Oh, shoot. Normally, I like to ink and then paint first, or ink first and then paint. But that's not really how you're supposed to do it, especially with watercolor. You're supposed to go you're supposed to work basically your lights to your dark. So I figured this time around that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just I'm not happy with that yellow. Yeah, it's a deal. So why Power Rangers? I am doing Morphing Con in Anaheim. I'll be buying my table later this month, but I should be doing a Power Rangers convention in Anaheim in August, and so you're going to be seeing quite a bit of Power Rangers. because I'm just trying to get sketches and stuff done for that show. I have some sketch covers lined up. I thought it would be fun to do some kind of pin-up stuff with the Power Rangers. I'll be doing some more traditional Power Ranger stuff too, with them kind of in the classic action poses. I kind of stopped watching the show around Turbo. It's not that Turbo was any worse. Well, my problem with Turbo was straight up Billy. Or not Billy, I think that was his name. The little kid. When they introduced the little kid as the Blue Ranger, Cousin Oliver, as I call him. Yeah, I was done. I'm sorry, like, that show lost something for me when they did that. That, and I felt like they changed the rules. The first Power Rangers film was out of continuity, straight to cinemas, didn't necessarily match the show. You didn't have to watch the show to understand the movie. And as a kid who saw the first movie in theaters, I was like, cool, I got it. I enjoyed it, but didn't necessarily need to watch the movie to even follow the show, because they retold the events of the movie in a less expensive, version. Like, the second that season ended and they went to they did the ninja season, they did a whole story arc where how they basically retold the plot of the first movie on the show. So it's like, cool, I'll just sit out the second movie, catch it later down the line, and I'll just watch the show. Well, the second movie, Turbo, ties in directly into the movie, and you needed to have watched it to understand the events of the show. So I felt kind of betrayed a little bit by the show, because it's like, wait a minute, the first movie had its own thing and didn't necessarily need to be its own thing, and then you just kind of changed the rules on me. So gotta pull up other reference for this. Actually, hold on. Before I finish that, I'm going to do a couple more touch-ups on this Yellow Ranger. I'll try to add a little bit of chrome to that. A little pink around. Okay. Pirate. This is a season I watched one episode of because I was curious. I was like, what's the Power Rangers up to like these days? And it was on Netflix. I was like, all right, what is it like these days? I was just curious, and I don't know if I'm just older, but I was not impressed with the pirate season. I did like the costume designs. I think the suits are pretty cool. I like the costumes a lot. I think they really work. But I wasn't impressed with the story or the acting or the I wasn't really impressed. Alright. Lost to the Ages. Yachtsion. Yeah, I didn't really watch any of the Disney-owned stuff. I wasn't even really paying attention about the Disney news. I was just walking through Disneyland one day and I saw Power Rangers merchandise. And I was like, oh, okay, that's different. So, but yeah, I didn't see any of the Disney Power Ranger seasons. I was trying to find my brass, somewhere I have a brass, just a goofy marker, which I'd like. I wish I had known where that was, because it makes the highlights on a costume a lot easier. But I will have to do it the hard way. Glad Power Rangers kind of has a resurgence. After all the conventions I've done, it's nice to see. Like, I still get a little I don't want to say starstruck, but it's still like always every time I see a Power Ranger at a convention, I always like, ooh. That's the one celebrity that kind of I pop for. I've met some really cool people at comic book conventions. The only person I ever really fanboyed over and got real nervous over was Ted Raimi, and that was really fun. He was a really nice guy, and that's about it. Ted Raimi. But I always still get a little pop from the Power Ranger guys, because oh, that's my childhood right there. I was going to say one of the coolest people I ever met at a convention was, and it wasn't from a season I'd ever, I follow him on Instagram now, he's a really cool dude. It wasn't from a season I'd ever really seen, but the red Power Rangers from Dino Thunder. I forget his name, but that dude is awesome. Follow him on Instagram. He posted these videos of him doing these handstands and hardcore gymnastic stuff. It's and you were freaking you were powering Like, it just blows me away the things that he can do. And that guy needs to be working full time on something, man. Like, just so impressed with what that guy can do. What I'm like, and dry. This is gold paint. I think more of a brass paint, actually. Not as thin as I would have liked. We'll let that sit there and dry. We got one more done before I call it quits. Normally I like to do a full hour, but I gotta go. I have a lunch date with my wife, so I'll do two more because I already got this one inked. It won't take me that long to just throw some color around. Knock it down. Oh. Good with your wife. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of Turbo. Like, just, I've never been a car guy, even as a kid. And so the whole, like, oh, this is a perfect jumping off point with them and me being lost over the movie. Because, yeah, like I said, they changed the rules, and I sat down to, like, oh, okay, here's my goofy little catch up, and then I'll go back and watch the movie. And I was completely lost. I believe Rocky was written off the show. Paralyzed, too, pretty violently. Brought in the stupid little cousin Oliver. And yeah, I wasn't happy with that. I don't think I've done a Mighty Morphin yet. So let's do some classic Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I was a big Power Rangers fan when I was a kid. If you are a young boy of a certain age and you say you don't have a crush on Kimberly, you're lying to yourself. Or you're... Oh, hold on. Yeah, I am. Almost done. That was the wife telling me to wrap it up. She wants to go to lunch. How dare you? Go Power Rangers, you Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Oh. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Has a little more brown or a little pink, more pink in the face than I would like. Shoot. I'm just screwing this piece up left and right. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. So, well, there you have it. Hope you enjoyed this. This will go up on later in the week. This will be go up on my YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all that. I'll be announcing the winner of the giveaway later this week, and we'll be doing another Instagram giveaway. I'll be probably giving away Power Rangers sketch. So stay tuned. Thank you. Please like, subscribe. If you want to kick a couple of bucks to my Patreon, that's patreon.com/Destiny Comics. Have a good one. Hope you enjoy these videos.